Today marks 1112 day shared lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that those insights will inspire you to pursue your dreams, achieve your goals, and empower you to become the person that you aspire to be. Today I speak about life control, how to control your life. There's a lot of things that we're able to control in life and a lot of things that we do not have control over. But the thing that sometimes because we do not have a conversation, we do not know what is controllable and what is not. And really, I want to focus today on three small aspects. Life control is a massive, massive topic. And today, I really want to focus on the foundational things because we always need to think and speak and reflect on foundations. And life control is something that we really need to reflect constantly because the more you have control of your life, the more you feel fulfilled. And what makes life control? Number one, inner mastery. Number one is inner mastery. When you are in control of your inner world, you're able to control external world. A lot of times we try to control our outside world, external world, and we think that that will fix our internal world. But that's not how it works. When you really want to take control of your external world, all the things that are happening, or of the money that you make, relations you have, outside, a lot of times we need to look inside what's going on here. And you understand that, okay, I need to focus on self awareness, understanding what's going on here. Because self awareness is the foundation. If you do not know what's going on inside, how are you supposed to really being able to improve that? I love this saying that we are never broken. We always full. Just sometimes we just not tapping the most important parts. And we understand that we need to focus on self awareness and really reflect and reflect and reflect, journal and journal and journal, understand ourselves. At that moment, you're able to really do whatever you want. Second part that comes from self awareness is emotion regulation. Emotion regulation. So it means that being able to really understand your emotions well and really being in control of them. And I really loved it that some of the most successful people said that emotion regulation, emotional management is the key to success because life is something that you there will be a lot of things that you have control over and some things that you do not have control with, and the external things a lot of times will bring a lot of adversity, a lot of setbacks, a lot of failures, and it's not based on you because of external things. And because of that, that means that we'll need to be able to regulate our emotions and take action even though that we do not feel like it. Because if we are not able to take action when we do not feel like it, we'll never get success. Success is attracted by a person who is able to control their emotions, who is able to really pursue emotions that they really, really motivates them to take action. So what really allows to regulate emotions? One of the big things that really allows to do that is mindfulness and being able to be present. When we able to look when we look into the future, we a lot of time create anxiety because we are unclear what will happen in the future, and sometimes we think about the worst case scenario, and that creates mass anxiety. Or it might be that we are in the past, and we all the failures or setbacks in the past, or maybe all successes. That doesn't help either. Reflect and learn from them is okay, but if we constantly in the past, that will bring a lot of emotion that is not helping us right now. So being able to be present, being able to be mindful allows us to say, okay, how are we supposed to regulate my emotions right now? Because when you're able to be fully present, at that moment it's much, much easier to really regulate your emotions because you focus on a task on hand. When you focus on task on hand, of course, at that moment it's much, much easier to really deal with any kind of difficulty or emotion. The last thing that I want to mention regarding the inner mastery is that what is your personal philosophy about control? Because potentially we can really say that this is what I'm controlling, this is what I'm not able to control. And what you put into different philosophies, what you control, what you have control over, it might be that you have control or something, but because you don't take responsibility and ownership, you lose control over that. So that means when you have philosophy that what is happening in your life is in your control and your responsibility, and you take ownership, that means that you take control of that. If you say that this all the things that are happening to me, not for me, that moment you can potentially give away a lot of control because you think that all the things is other people to blame, but not you. So that philosophy, personal philosophy that we have about control in life will dictate how much we have even inner mastery and control of life. Second thing that we need to think about really big pillar of life control is purposeful living. So really have that purpose in life. Because if we do not have purpose in life, it's very hard to really live a life where you have a control of. Because then who really dictates where you're going? That means that other people dictate where you're going. And there is a beautiful lesson that you can be a pilot or a passenger in your life. If you're a passenger, someone else controls your life. If you're a pilot, you control where your plane is going. And that's why purposeful living allows you to take control of your life. So if we want to do that, what do we need to do? We need to really have that value-based goals. Value-based goals. So what are the values? And then again, this is coming from the first one, inner mastery. We need to understand what our values, and then base our goals for purposeful living with those values, with those beliefs, with those aspirations. And I love that when we have those values, we're able to say how we transcend those values to the future. What is that vision? So that means I have those values and want to achieve that vision based on those values. Or maybe I have some values, but I do not live those values yet, and I want to live my life based on those values because I know that some people not able to live their values yet because there's a lot of things going on internally that stop them from really living fulfilled life. So when you work on yourself, again, then you're able to make better choices and live by your values because living by your values sometimes takes courage because your values might be that is not aligned with the current your environment. So that means living by your values will make you do things that is outside of your circle. And of course, you might receive a lot of judgment or rejection from the community that you are in. It means that you need to have different kind of mind, that you are accepting yourself and you validating yourself. And when you're able to do that, you're able to really live your life truly based on values. And when we really truly live based on the values, we need to understand that lifelong learning allows us to live a life in control. Because there's a lot of things that we are not able to control because we are not able to handle that yet. And the most important part, we need to remember that word yet. Because we don't have the mindset, we don't have the skill set, we don't have something like there's something is holding us back. But when we actually focus on lifelong learning, that lifelong learning leads us to become better, stronger, faster, more wise, more knowledgeable. And when we achieve that next level, we're able to pursue that life control in a much better way. So the more knowledge, wisdom, and the better we are, the more control we have in life. But if you want to become better, if you want to take control of your lives, what do we need to develop? Those are very strong word boundaries. Boundaries. Because boundaries is being able to say no, being able to say yes. Because when you are able to say no to the wrong things and say yes to the right things, it means that you are able to improve yourself better. Because I know that this is a massive life control. Because sometimes to say no is very challenging. I know that I for myself. I know by my own skin that when I pursue something meaningful, there's a lot of people offer great things to pursue. And it's hard to say no. But being able to build those boundaries and say no to the wrong things that is not serving you, That's a big, big, big life control. So boundaries is something that we constantly need to develop just to make sure that we're able to take control of our lives. The last thing that I want to mention from purpose of living, what we need to pursue is adaptability. Adaptability. So that means embracing something that is uncertain, being flexible, being flexible. So that means that even our vision that are set for now that we pursue with all wholeheartedly, it might be that it will be changed. It might be that it will change so much by pursuing the vision, but it might be that it will change so much, and we realize that that vision that we thought will allow us to achieve our values will not be able to do that because our values may be evolved, transformed, and that's great. That's just great. That means that we need to be grateful because that goal, that vision, allow us to step forward, step and move forward and invest in ourselves. That finally allow us to really become different kind of person, transform into butterfly. That now that butterflies carry different kind of values, different kind of beliefs, and now the vision for butterfly will be different than for bug, and we're supposed to be happy about it. And the last thing that I want to mention about, like, first one was inner mastery, second was purposeful living, and third thing that I want you to focus on, and it's a shorter, is the resource management. That means those are very, very important to really control your life. So what are those resource management? What are those three most important parts, three most important resources that you always need to develop? And that is time, money, and energy. Time, money, and energy. So time. You need to have a time budget. And again, time budget, again, there's so many things that we already discussed that really comes into the time, even the boundaries, saying no to things that is wrong, right to the right things, because at that moment you're able to understand, okay, where my time goes. Because when you're really making sure that in your time, you have 24 hours, and when your time is very well managed, you feel in control. When your time goes on the things that is not helping you, not serving you, you feel out of control. So the better you control your time, the more you feel in control. So when you feel out of control, when you feel stuck, sometimes the best thing to do, look into how much time do I waste every single day? How much time do you waste? Like, and if you say that you don't waste, that's a BS because every single person wastes time. Even the best of us waste time. Now it could be for some the best of the best of the best could be 15 minutes a day that wasted. For some people, maybe it will be 6 hours wasted. There's every single person has some room of improvement. Second resource besides time is money. And money is a beautiful thing because the more money you make at the beginning of your journey, the better it is because when you have the money coming in, you're able to allocate your time in different things. Because when you do not have money, a lot of times you work 100 hours a week on making money, but you lose time and you focus on things that really do not you don't care about. You just care about the making money. But when you actually start to make money in a bigger way and you are financially free and have maybe passive income, now you're finally able to focus on your time that really you enjoy based on your values, based on that you are passionate about, and build those passions, build yourself. So finance are very, very important. I think that a lot of times money is underrated. But when you start making money passively and when you're able to allocate your time to the things that you actually enjoy is a massive, massive thing. Because I know that sometimes people work 40 hours a week, maybe even more, on things that they do not care about. That doesn't allow us to get closer to their vision. And they, of course, they then not have any other option because they need to work because otherwise they will not be able to put bread on the table. But when you're able to take care of your finances, you're able to allocate so much more time to the things that really matter. And the most important resource is energy. Energy. So do we take care of our energy? So it means that that's mental energy as well, emotional energy, physical energy. All those energies are the things that we really need to take care of. And I always say that it doesn't matter how much time you have, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have energy, nothing matters. So energy always needs to be taken care of. And of course, if you are out of energy, at some point you will feel out of control as well. because you're not able to do anything that you care about, because you need to sleep all day long, and you will get out of momentum. And really, life without energy sometimes is very looks that is not worth spending. So that means that if you feel that you are disappointed about life, I think that the first thing that we need to do is really develop energy, because energy will create massive motivation to pursue things that really matter. So I hope that you will reflect as well. What times in your life do you feel out of control? What's happening at that moment? And I think that when you realize that at some points of our lives we feel out of control, and sometimes we feel in control, and then we ask ourselves, what do we do when we feel in control, and what potentially we don't do when we out of control? And when you understand that, we're able to really see the patterns and start working on things that matter. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.